Welcome, everybody, to Travel Your Heart, a podcast where two gay grandpas explore life's travels together. Hey, everybody, it's Grandpa Bobby.
Grandpa Scott.
And welcome to another episode of Travel Your Heart, a podcast from two gay grandpas. So, Grandpa, it's late December. What are we doing here?
Wondering where the heck the year went.
I know, it's been an amazing year.
Yeah, we did a lot of traveling.
Yep. So, we thought some people write nice letters telling people about their travels and adventures through the year. So we thought we'd make a little podcast to close out the year and tell you a little bit about our adventures.
Yeah, it's been a really packed year. And so how did it start? Where did we travel first?
Well, let's see. Our first trip was actually in January, and we went on our very first cruise. Yeah. We left out of Miami Beach, and we traveled the Caribbean on a Virgin Voyages cruise.
And had the time of our life, which was surprising because we've never been inclined to go on a cruise before.
I mean, that's right. We usually travel independently. Yeah. So we were always a little hesitant about whether a cruise would be for us. And let me tell you, we had a heck of a time.
I didn't want to see it end.
No, we met some amazing people, ate some amazing food, a reoccurring theme with us.
Yes, all travel.
But it was also really nice to be able to just unpack once, have them do the traveling for you, and just see the sights along the way.
Yeah, it was so neat because we didn't have to worry about tips and all that kind of stuff because it was all included in the price. It was an adult only, 18 and older. There were people, in our age group, and there were people who were older, and everybody was rocking it.
Yeah, everybody had a good time. It was a great mix of people. In fact, we liked the cruise so much that we booked another cruise in March, was it? March or May, one of the springtime.
Yes.
Where did we go this time, Grandpa?
Well, this time we went from the West Coast. We left out of Long Beach and we did a Carnival cruise to the Mexican Riviera.
That was wonderful fun. Yeah. What we wanted to do was a cruise that was really different. Mm-hmm. So this was a larger cruise, and it's also more of a family-oriented cruise. So unlike the Virgin Voyages cruise, there were a lot of kids and families enjoying their time there. So there was a lot of activity, a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. I did a slide. About drowned.
Yeah, or broke your back.
Broke my back, but I did it, which was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely a different type of cruise. And so you have to think about whether you really want to spend some time with kids. Now, we have 6 grandkids, as you know. So having the kids around was just a different layer of fun.
Yeah, they do have adult-only sections on the ship. So when you need to get away, there's areas you can. But it was a very lively group of people.
Yeah, and what we would say is if you've ever considered a cruise, there's a cruise out there for you. You just have to do your research in terms of the size, the destination, and the type of people. But
and look for deals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look for deals. They're out there.
Yep. So then we came back, and then what happened?
Totally different. We were contacted by 2 subscribers.
2 lovely people.
Love them dearly. And they invited us, said, hey, if you come up to Sitka, you can stay with us and you can stay on our private island. Well, that was the key word, private island. Didn't have to say no more. So we went up to Sitka, Alaska, and met with 2 wonderful people.
Cole and Sarah.
Yes, and Cole and Sarah run Bumble Expeditions. Now, Bumble Expeditions is not paying us any money to say this. We're just saying this because they're an incredible company. It's a 2-person company with workers that work with them. And
they tour. They do private tours of the area, of the wildlife, of the different islands. They customize it to whatever you need. And they were so generous in their time with us. They took us whale watching. We got to see some incredible sanctuaries for birds.
Yeah. I will always remember that day when we were circled by that pod
of whales.
Yeah,
just amazing.
It was just thrilling. And so we had a wonderful time in Sitka. And I should also say a shout out to Harbor Air Services, to Jackson, who took us up and he's not paying us to endorse him. This is us just saying he took us up for a flight over Sitka Sound and the volcano that's up there. It was tremendous.
Yeah, and to take off and land from the water, that's a really once in a lifetime experience. It was a lot of fun. The people up there were wonderful. So if you ever, a lot of cruise ships also stop in Sitka. So if you're ever thinking about that in your itinerary, definitely encourage you because it's a beautiful place to visit.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of cruise ships, they have their offshore excursions. But and most people say, well, but I want to do a boat excursion because they'll get me back on time. Bumble Expeditions guarantees you'll be back for your ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So definitely encourage that.
Yep.
So after that, we came home and unpacked our clothes for winter.
Boat clothes.
And then we decided we went on a trip that we've been planning for a while. We went on a 7-week driving trip. We like driving trips.
Yeah, the road trips are fun.
And we went to the United Kingdom and Ireland.
Oh, yes. And it was interesting because it was the first time for me driving on the left side of the road. And that was an experience. The first 4 to 5 hours was
a little sketchy.
Yeah, a little sketchy. Because, where we were going, it took us on some streets, not the A. It took us on some smaller goat paths that were, traffic was coming at you and you had to learn how to flash lights to let people go by. There was a lot of etiquette, but some of those roads were really narrow. And I was going, oh my gosh, please don't let me wreck. Please don't let me lose that side mirror.
We rented 4 separate cars. And I have to tell you, Grandpa Scott did all the driving. I did the navigating. And we brought back every single side view mirror. Now, it's not to say there weren't some scratches along the way, but
I did take out a wall.
Yeah, but we got there. It was definitely adventure. Yeah. And we drove all the way through southern England into Wales. We took a ferry boat over to Ireland, did the West Coast there, drove up into Scotland, did the Highlands. It was an amazing adventure.
One of my favorite times was in Dublin when we went to the Guinness
storehouse where they the storehouse where they make the Guinness beer. It's their headquarters. As I said, it's like Disneyland with beer.
Yeah, it was so much more than just the Guinness. Yeah. It was a real adventure.
Yeah, we saw beautiful castles, incredible countryside. A lot of what you see on BBC or PBS shows, it's exactly like that. Just beautiful and very warm and welcoming.
The people.
Yes.
The weather, not so much.
The weather, well, hey, come on. For the most part, we had good weather.
The Isle of Skye.
Well, the Isle of Skye.
Yeah, it was a little cool.
Well, it was actually, we learned later that the Isle of Skye is on the same latitude as Sitka, Alaska. So we had to dress accordingly. But all in all, it was a wonderful adventure.
I loved it. We'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Yep. So then we came home, unpacked again. Grandpa got out a few videos, and then what, Grandpa?
Then it was time for my special birthday party, a birthday present from you. I turned 75 at the end of the year, and Grandpa Bobby took me to see the Christmas markets in Europe.
It's something we had always talked about. And so wanted to save it for a very special birthday. So he deserved it. So we went to 4 different countries, 6 different cities in a little less than 2.5 weeks, which was definitely an adventure.
Yeah, but we had fun, and you can do it. You absolutely can do it. The thing that was difficult a little bit for us from the standpoint of content creators, I think I would have liked to have allowed for a day between cities where I could kind of catch up on the editing, because it was always my goal for us to get out our videos after the city, but it just didn't work out.
It's a little harder than it looks.
Well, especially if you come down with food poisoning for 2 days.
But anyway, we started in London, saw the amazing lights in Kew Gardens. Once again, once in a lifetime opportunity. If you have a chance to see that, that is amazing.
It was so magical. It was like, I think you and I mentioned, our inner kids were out like big time.
Yeah.
We just oohed and awed. It was just magical.
And then we took the Eurostar to Paris, and we got a really fun adventure there.
Oh, yes. We rented one of these vintage Citroens, the one with the roll top. And
mind you, with a driver. We don't
yeah.
drive in Paris.
So we had the driver and his retro Citroen, and he took us all over to film the Christmas lights, and we're shooting with the camera up to the top of the car. It's cold. My hands are freezing.
but
it was
to drive down the Champs-Elysees toward the Arc de Triomphe with all the lights going.
Yeah.
That was a really fun adventure.
Yeah, and I was not going to film that. I don't care how cold my hands were.
And then after that, we went to 2 villages in the Alsace region, which borders Germany. We first went to Colmar and then to Strasbourg, and they are both known storybook villages for their Christmas markets. In fact, Strasbourg is called the capital of Christmas.
Yeah, and Colmar, if I'm correct, wasn't that kind of the model for
the inspiration?
The inspiration for Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. The Disney movie
where she wakes up and yeah,
bonjour. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun, and of course, along the way, we are trying all the different wonderful regional foods. We had so much melted cheese on everything: baguettes and croissant, and Vin Chaude, which is their mulled hot wine, which was wonderful.
Oh, it was tasty. We could have had more of that.
Yep.
And the rule of thumb on this trip was, if it did not move, it got hot melted cheese poured on it and devoured.
And we tried. We didn't want to insult anybody.
We would not insult any of the national cuisines.
Nope. And then we crossed over to Cologne, Germany, which has an enormous Christmas market. Actually, one of my personal favorites. Actually, it's a series of markets, one after the other. And oh my God, they have wonderful food too. Those giant pretzels and the bratwurst. Fond memories.
Potatoes on a stick.
Yeah. And then we also went to Belgium, and we went to the capital in Brussels. And oh my gosh.
The Grand Place. Oh, folks, this plaza is so beautiful. The architecture anytime is gorgeous. But what they did for Christmas is they decorate every building, and they do a light show off of every building. And it's just phenomenal. It just inspires you. I mean, again, our inner kids were just like, ooh, ah, and it was, and we even got to see Santa Claus, the 7th story window of one of the big buildings, and he's jumping up and waving and getting the crowd. He looked like Santa Claus. He could be Papa Noel.
Pierre Noel. Well, in France, it's Pierre Noel. I don't know in Germany. You know more German than me. Yeah. Belgium would speak French. Most would be Pierre Noel.
Yeah,
Father Christmas.
Yeah.
Anyway, but just to let you know, we are making a lot of YouTube videos as soon as Grandpa Scott can crank them out. So if you'd like to see some of those, we'd really invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Two Gay Grandpas Travel. Give us a like and hit that notification bell. And while we're talking about it, we'd also really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to our podcast, Travel Your Heart.
Yeah, we love doing these podcasts for you. I know that it has been a while since October since we did the last one. It's only because we've been traveling. But we will get back to our bi-weekly schedule and get
fingers crossed. It'll be a New Year's resolution.
Yeah. That's it.
So now we're back for the holidays. We're going to spend it with our family, be a little quieter for the rest of the year. But we just wanted to take a moment to, first of all, wish you all a great holiday, however you celebrate it, and to thank you all for your support and encouragement over the years. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, we can't begin to tell you how your comments, your likes, just your interactions with us have changed our lives. I mean, when we were on our road trip, I can't begin to tell you how many times that we heard people, oh, it's Grandpa's. We were in a railroad station and somebody else, it's the Grandpa's. I mean, it's just been amazing. The
outreach of everyone. In fact, we didn't even mention that while we were traveling in England this past summer, Google reached out to us and asked us to come speak in front of 400 of their top creators from all over the planet at their New York City headquarters.
It was, we thought it was a scam at first. We kept waiting for it. And all you got to do is send us $1,000.
Yeah, we were waiting for that Nigerian prince to contact us. But no, it was true. And they invited us for a wonderful 2.5-day experience. We presented with them. We actually made a video of that. And it was just a thrill and an honor. And we so appreciate the outreach we've been getting from everyone all around the world.
So any of you Googlers who are out there that saw us speak, we want to thank you for the very warm welcome. You guys were so kind, so gracious, and you fed us. And when you feed us, we remember.
I see a reoccurring theme here.
It seems to be.
Grandpa's eating around the world.
Yeah, a new channel.
So we have enough with this one. So we definitely have a lot more adventures planned for the coming year, but we're not going to talk about them just yet.
Yeah.
We thought we'd surprise you, and we'll make a video at the beginning of next year telling you about some of our plans and ideas.
Yeah, a podcast.
Yeah, I'll do a podcast about that.
So this is about it, guys. Happy holidays, no matter what holiday you celebrate. We're sending out a lot of love and appreciation to you. May your new year, 2025, be filled with happiness, health, and a lot more peace.
Amen to that. So whether you're traveling around the world or just traveling through life, as we always say, remember, travel your heart. Bye, everyone.
Everybody.